Hey, 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 hey. Hello. Hello there. And thank you so much for your loyalty for jumping on. If you are watching live, would you please hit me in the chat? This is my final kickoff. OMG. I was just prepping for this and I got just doggone teary eyed. My final kickoff, you guys, as a national sales director emeritus, and as a national sales director. Next time I'll be on here, it'll be as an emeritus. And so I do have some in true Katrina fashion presentation, some other things to share, but I just wanted to say to you that 30, I should have done the math, 34 years ago in December, was it 34, 35 years ago in December, my recruiter was attempting to get me to hold an appointment. She followed up with me. She followed up with me. She followed up with me. I was working 60 plus hours a week. I was pursuing my master's degree at USC, and I was working at a nonprofit agency where we got 2 weeks off for Christmas with no pay. And it probably was this week that I was working because probably the following week I was traveling to my daddy's house in North Carolina. And I remember traveling and thinking, I have no money. I remember traveling and thinking, Lord, how are you going to fix this situation? I remember traveling and thinking, what can I do that could help to change this situation? And I remember that Mary Kay lady calling me. And I remember never even making a connection that that could be an answer to a prayer. Didn't even dawn on me. But God is working things out for your good. And it was January that she followed up with me. She followed up with me in October. She followed up with me. Thank you, Tammy Kabating, if you see this. She followed up with me in October. She followed up with me in November. And every time I was cordial, but I was like, if she had just stopped calling me, I would not have missed anything. My life was good. October, November, December. Every time she asked permission if she could follow up with me again. She didn't like ask permission, but she just said, okay, girl, would it 2 weeks or would it be better for me to give you? I mean, it was just always, she was smooth with it, smooth like Sade. And every time I talked to her, I liked her a little bit more. It was just something about what she said. I was like, she's cool. She was cool. And I could see myself like she was a friend. January 28th is my birthday. And she called me sometime mid-January and offered me a facial. And she said I would get a free gift. And then she asked me if I would have 2 friends over, I'd get some more stuff for free. After coming back from being with my dad for Christmas in December of 1990, I was, Lord, are you kidding me? December of 1990 was December of 1990. Type old in the chat. In December of 1990. Are you kidding me? In December of 1990, after having no paycheck, I came back in January of 91, and I wanted to do something special, treat myself for my birthday, but the money was slim. And so I let the Mary Kay lady come over. She wrote me a postcard and I put it on my refrigerator, and the postcard was reminding me to invite a couple girlfriends. She was coming over on a Sunday afternoon. And when she came over, I mean, when I came home from church, I went and opened the refrigerator with this hand. I could see it like yesterday. I opened the refrigerator. On this side of the refrigerator was that note that that Mary Kay lady was coming over. I was going to Boston Market. Who remembers? I was going to get that delicious baked chicken. They had mac and cheese, and they had some corn, and they had some sweet potatoes. Okay. I was going to get that. It was across the street from my condo, which was on top of the Grand Auto. And there was a Washington Mutual Bank there. And I was about to leave my house at about 1ish, and I looked at that postcard and saw that the Mary Kay lady was coming to my house at 2. And I said, "Oh, this Mary Kay lady is coming to my house." Like, OMG. I promised her. Now, y'all, this is January of 1991. A, I'm a woman of my word. B, this is BC, before cell phones, so I couldn't call her. It's like 1:15ish. She's coming at 2. I did not want the Mary Kay lady coming to my house. I was hungry. I had no refreshments, and I did not have 2 people coming. I picked up the phone and I called the one girlfriend that you can say, "Meet me on the corner." Type the name of that girlfriend. Who's that girlfriend? And she said, those of you who know the Bay Area, she lived in Hayward, not too far from where your iPhone is made in Cupertino. And I was living in Oakland. And she said, "I'm about to leave my house." I said, "Where are you going?" She said, "Berkeley." If you put on a map, y'all, I just want you to, for a moment, just realize how much God orchestrates your life in a special way. She had came home from church. She was leaving Hayward to go to Berkeley. In order to get to Berkeley, you have to drive through Oakland. And I said, "I need you to come to my house now." And she said, "Okay, I have my cousin with me." I said, "Great, because I need 2 people here by 2 o'clock." In a couple of weeks, I will give Tracy my entire unit. From December 1990, no cash, no hope, not sure what my next step was going to be, grad school, trying to figure out what I was going to do, to calling Tracy, to saying, "Come to my house," to her. The only thing she said is, "Do you think she has Desert Bronze Foundation?" I had never heard Tracy talk about Mary Kay. I was like, "Girl, I'm not sure, but she's sharp. I'm sure she got it." She said, "I need some Desert Bronze. I'm coming by." She came by. Tracy did, Tammy, my recruiter, did what we do: read a book, squirt a tube, flip a page. At the end, I only wanted 2 things, and I only had 2 problems. I wanted it all, and I had no money. But many of you have heard this story of how I said a woman can walk in a mall with no money and walk out with 8 bags. I figured it out. She showed me 3 sets. There's value in showing 3 sets: a top set, a middle set, and a bottom set. She showed me those 3 sets, and I decided I couldn't get the top set, which was called the Complete Collection at that time. There was a basic skincare, which is a 5-step basic skincare. Who remembers it? Type 5 in the chat if you remember the 5-step basic skincare. Couldn't get that set. Well, that set was $56, I remember. I remember the basic plus basic is what it was called. I think it came with something else. I can't remember. It was before Skin Revival System. It came with something else. It was $125, and the top set was like $199. I was like, "I can't do this. I can't do this." That same bank that was Washington Mutual, that then became, it was a great savings, that it became a Washington Mutual. Then Washington Mutual bought it. Somebody else bought it. But that bank is no longer even there now. It changed names. I went across the street and got some money out, and that's how I got my skincare. And Tammy did what we do. She booked me for a second appointment to be shared with friends to get free product because now she had leverage. I love the product. Tracy loved the product. I spent $125. Tracy spent $125. It was $250 from me with no cash and my girlfriend, January of 1991. And then we scheduled Tracy's appointment. It was in February. We had it at Tracy's house. We had the same girlfriends that I could flip in my phone right now. And we have a chat called the Mills Chat because they're all my girlfriends. They're all amazingly successful now. April has worked for April Duvernay, who is, she's worked in Hollywood. My girlfriend Trish is a big time attorney. Danelda's a big time attorney. Lisa's big time doctorate of psychology. Robin is literally my smartest friend ever. She's got 55 PhDs. My girlfriend Tiffany she just retired as one of the head DAs. She used to work for Kamala Harris, went on, became the DA. Her husband, chief of police, all the things. And then my girlfriend Tracy, all of them were in grad school and law school. And those same people came to a party. $300. And I said, she has made $550. I was like, what could I pay off with $550? But I was not thinking about Mary Kay. I wasn't going to do no Mary Kay. I'm in grad school. Are you kidding me? I have a degree in economics and political science. I am not selling no Mary or Kay. But as I looked at Tammy, she was pretty. She was Black. She was young. She was a Christian. She was newly married. She was smart. I was like, all this stuff that I thought didn't equal whatever my image was of Mary Kay, beehive hair, tacky pink cars, old people that just all that. And she then said she did something called the 4-point recruiting plan. And she asked me if I would go to lunch with her to hear more about this opportunity. So this was from a class that was probably around January 20th, a second appointment that was probably sometime around February 10th, February 14th, we went to lunch. Alexa, what day was February 14th, 1991?
February 14th, 2025 was on a Friday.
That's not my question. Alexa, February 14th, 1991, what day of the week was that?
It's Thursday, December 4th.
That is not the right question. Someone type in your thing, what day of the week was February 14th, 1991? Alexa's not cooperating. I went to lunch with Tammy at the Denny's restaurant on the other side of the railroad tracks in Jack London Square in Oakland, California, which is now a Buttercup Kitchen. It was February 14th. I got paid once a month. I got paid on February 15th. So on February 14th, I didn't have a lot of cash. My entire thought process was first of all, I also didn't have a date because I was with the Mary Kay lady on Valentine's Day. I was like, who's paying for this? That was what I thought. So since I didn't know who was paying for it and I had $7, y'all, it was a Monday. Okay, thank you, Joyce. It was a Monday. I didn't get paid till Tuesday. I was like, let me just order the fries because I had I can't spend more than $7 on this lunch. Okay. And at the end, when she pulled out her cash, I was like, man, I could have got the burger. That was my thought process. Somebody said it was a Monday. Somebody says it was a Thursday. It was during the week, though. And at that lunch, she shared with me how we make money, what it looks like, all the things. And because I had watched her make $250 at my dining room table, $300 at my girlfriend's dining room table with my friends who didn't wear makeup or any of that, and because she was sharp, I was like, okay. And because tomorrow is the 15th, I wrote a check for $100 plus tax and shipping. And I got a pink science kit. Okay. Give me a P in the chat if anybody remembers that original starter kit with those science tubes that was in there. Nothing was, oh yeah, now Linda, you trying to tell me that Gemini was better than Alexa? Maybe. Okay. So nothing was, that stuff, I still have it in my garage. That stuff could kill you. Okay. And so I got that. My official signed date with Mary Kay is the 21st because back then you put your agreement in the mail and it took a while and then it took time for the check to cash. Anybody remember that? And y'all, I did what I saw her do. I worked my business. I added $10,000 to my income. And then it was December again. And I was like, I've made a little bit of money, but now I really need to go for it. It was January 1992. And I said, I am about to get a free car. This is the month that I made the decision to go for it. By the time I got to, I keep showing this. I don't know what happened, but here's my January. And then all of a sudden I got this. And then all of a sudden it flips to May. So, hey, how many of you are impressed that I got this? But it flips to May and I was working. And this is what my date book looked like. I got receipts, y'all. I was working. By this time, free car. Something about look like a woman, work like a dog. I really wrote that up there. My goal was 12,500. I was in DIQ. We did 4,000. One person on target car, complete DIQ in the second month. It took me 3 months. We did 4,000 in May. Then in June, I'm going for it. Date book still full. As much as I love technology, wouldn't be able to tell this story without this. Date book still full. By this time, I was doing the Black Expo. It was the last day working. I had a 9:30 hair appointment. I did this. I debuted as a sales director. Nope, this is my last month DIQ. I went to seminar, went to Dallas here, and this was my last month of DIQ. I went to Dallas and we needed 15 people. I got back from Dallas. You see that I took this time off. I was like, I could not go to work. We need 15 people. I could take a 4th month and finish, or by the time we went to seminar, we needed 15. By the time we landed, because of quarters and a payphone, we only needed 8. So between here and here, we got 8 people. And we were a brand new director. And then I kept going. Gosh, I had something at Circuit City. Anybody remember Circuit City? What else I got in here? I completed DIQ and kept going. My date book, y'all. I didn't stop as a DIQ. Y'all, this is crazy. I had to go to Circuit City, Wards, and Mervyn's. All these people. This is just, this is my date book, y'all. When I tell you, it was triple booking, was no joke. This is my date book. Keep going. Car note, pay student loans. Here, I get Angela Norton Tyler on target for her car. Makes all the difference in the world. Tracy got on target for her car in here. By August of 1992, this is the month we debuted. My first month as a sales director. I keep going. I'm not stopping because as the story goes, by the time we're getting to October, it is sweet because this is the month that I earned I don't know. How do I do this? My very first pink Cadillac. November 1992. Didn't officially earn it until there. Didn't officially earn it until December because the way the rules are. But I qualified for Fabulous 50s and it was on and popping. I had 2 car drivers, Angela and Tracy, and one on target was April. And so now we take it to December of 1992. And I was offspringing my very first director. Y'all, I could go on. I had 2 DIQs. It says complete Cadillac qualification. 100,000 in freaking production from somebody who was trying to figure it out. And then I celebrated New Year's. This, I am living in the overflow of this date book. I hope it's ministering to you because this is ministering to me, if nobody else. I'm like, so you met me at the Black Expo. Wow. So you guys, I stand here to tell you this story. Those of you that are in my area, this is our last area meeting on Monday. But I stand here to tell you that this was birthed out of a December when Tammy stayed connected with me. She followed up with me and I said no. And the overflow of that happened in January at a facial turned into a party and then a second appointment and then an interview, and the rest is history. So my message to you is know what you want. Go for it. Keep that old school work ethic that I had with that full date book, but you got to do it with new school flair. What Mary Kay is bringing December 17th, let's talk about all the things here. Mary Kay is bringing on December 17th the opportunity to do Mary Kay in a new way. So let's talk. So just some announcements. I'm going for it. Our Momentum Monday is this Monday. This is our final area meeting with me as your National Sales Director. The Pink Table Talk. This is the final opportunity, December 9th. It will be powerful. We will do Pink Table Talk. I am doing my final leadership call. Please note, you must have 350 in by the 15th to be on this call. And it was going to be on Wednesday, but please note it's going to be on Tuesday, December 16th. Okay, so that is the day. We have January Jumpstart, and it is January 10th at 9 a.m. You register at themagic.pink. So make sure you're on there. It's going to be powerful with $1 Million Director Tandy Fisher. So announcements. Those of you who are coming to Leadership Conference, we are having a party at an HBCU. It will be at Tennessee State University. You have to register. The last day to register for the dinner is January 2nd, but there's limited space, so it may sell out before then. And we have commemorative fans that are happening, and you have until December 15th to get the commemorative fan. So if you want a commemorative fan that's there, you can go to the leadership dinner. There you go. But if you want a fan, they're only delivered at Leadership Conference. So if you are watching this and you want a fan, you have to have someone who's going to Leadership Conference who would deliver your fan. If you use that and you're not going to the dinner, you have to click on View Details and change the quantity. Okay, so you could change the quantity to 0 and get that. All right, so I'm really going to be retired, so I'm not mailing fans, but they are for pickup at Leadership Conference. All right, so that is going to be good. Leadership Conference is where all of it is happening. It's going down in Nashville, Tennessee. The deadline to register is December 29th. Focus on seminar, y'all. Just keep focusing, keep focusing, keep focusing, and winning. And so look forward to the dates of seminar for Emerald, August 11th to the 13th, much later than in the past, but you know that the company has had to make adjustments with the Dallas Convention Center being down. So it's good that we're going back to a familiar place. It won't be in Dallas, it'll be in Fort Worth, which is right outside of Dallas. And these are the promotions we're still working. Rock the Legacy, $1,000 wholesale if you're on target for that. There's a opportunity to rock the strip with me. Rock your star. You have until December 15th to be a star. Rock the pace setters, those of you that are continuing to follow and track the pace setters. And then rock the red. That is meeting me in Nashville as a red DIQ or brand new sales director. So this is exciting. We've got a lot of great things happening. December 17th is the e-commerce experience. Mary Kay's new e-commerce platform experience is launching in just 2 weeks and a half. And now is the time to ensure you're ready for it. So make sure that you have gone in, looked at Connect Hub, and everything is there. This is going to be the beginning of the new Mary Kay with the e-commerce and all that they're doing and my shop and everything. So make sure you're on and popping with that. And then just mark your calendar. Career Conference is happening in March as well. So pay attention to all of that and you'll be able to connect with your sales director for where to go and what that looks like. But those are the locations, even for Career Conference. So you can pay attention to all of that. And there'll be some fun things that you can earn. Limited edition products while they last. So this limited edition product is hot. It's available. So you want to get this while the supplies last. And remember that your inventory, record your mileage by December 31st because that is tax deductible. That's your annual tax reminder. What else did Kathy put in here? There'll be an update on the satisfaction guarantee beginning next month, January 1st, 2026. The Mary Kay satisfaction guarantee will be revised to be 1 year as opposed to people giving us product that's 25 years old. Okay. So it's about time that we've done that. And those of you who are on target, who hit your 600 in November, you're on target with this in December. So you'll have to let me know that you have qualified for these great slippers from your November, December 600, which is
Don't
really
forget
cool.
to take out your trash cans.
Okay, so there you go. If you heard that, it's time to take out the trash. So the holiday, for holiday, just focus, you guys. Whether pick your 1 or 2 ways you're working. There's still time to do parties. There's still time to do sip and shops. There's still time for glamour appointments. There's still time for small packages, big packages. That is still happening and you still can calculate profit. I hope she put in here, we've got this great, amazing brand new product. And I hope she put Carolyn Coulter, I believe it's tomorrow. Did she put it in here? It appears that she did not. Okay. So there is a Carolyn Coulter is doing she was supposed to put that in there. It is December. It was yesterday. That's why she didn't put it in there. So we advertised it. So that was her last workshop. I thought it was tomorrow. So you guys, this, first of all, I'm healthy. I'm well. I'm not going anyplace. Okay. I'll be here. I'll be here. So I might not be on this channel, but I will be on the channels. So I love you tremendously. Give it all you've got in December. Make it happen. And just know that you don't have to be, how does that saying go? I should have written it down. You don't want to be sad because it's ending. You want to be happy because it happened. I have the best, most memories and will cherish every day from the moment I had my first facial until the moment I stand on that stage on January 18th. And am officially announced as a National Sales Director Emeritus with my 11 family members on stage. I'm so grateful that we have rocked solid along the way, and now we're rocking the legacy because it's built to last. I love you guys. Bye-bye.